Assalamu alaikum friends, welcome to my YouTube channel, Open E-Learning. In this my video lecture, I will talk about SLO based examination, Federal Board of Intermediate and Secondary Education, Islamabad. I will also discuss the notification issued by Federal Board of Intermediate and Secondary Education, Islamabad on 14th March 2024. It is all about implementation of National Curriculum of Pakistan 2022 and 23. In the notification, there are 3 paragraphs. I will discuss one by one and I will briefly talk about these 3 paragraphs. Further, I will also explain the reference books or textbooks and names of the publishers. Further, I will also explain National Curriculum of Pakistan. In this my video lecture, I will also describe English progression grid from class 9 to 12. The English Language Curriculum 2022 outlines will be discussed. 4 main domains will be elaborated in this my video lecture. I will also clear the concept of teachers regarding SLO based examination, students' learning outcomes. What is the main purpose behind SLO based examination, and we will also discuss how a teacher should teach in the class and what a teacher needs to do in the class and teaching methodologies as well. In the last, I will also talk about an article written by Shehzad Power in Daily Parliament Times newspaper. This is the notification issued by Federal Board of Intermediate and Secondary Education, Islamabad on 14th March 2024. Its subject is Implementation of National Curriculum of Pakistan 2022-23. In this notification, it is clearly mentioned that National Curriculum of Pakistan 2022 and 2023 will stand implemented with effect from academic year 2024 and onward for grades 9th and 1st year in the subjects of English compulsory, Urdu compulsory, Pakistan studies, physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics and computer science, while for grade 10th and 2nd year the same shall stand implemented with effect from academic year 2025 and onward for these subjects. It means this year they have changed the syllabus and they have implemented National Curriculum of Pakistan 2022-23 in class 9th and 1st year. All these subjects will be taught according to National Curriculum of Pakistan. These are English, Urdu, Pakistan studies, physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics and computer science. While matric and 2nd year, the course will be changed in the next year. It will be implemented next year in 2025 in the same way as they have changed in class 9th and 1st year. Further, the notification says the National Curriculum of Pakistan Studies 2022-23 stands implemented for grade 9th, class 9th with effect from academic year 2024, while for grade 10th and 2nd year the same shall stand implemented with effect from academic year 2025 and onwards. It means National Curriculum of Pakistan, according to National Curriculum of Pakistan, Pakistan Studies 2022-23, it will stands implemented in class 9th in the academic year 2024. While in class matric and 2nd year, the same shall stand implemented with effect from academic year 2025. It means the next year, Pakistan Studies will be taught in class matric and 2nd year in the academic year 2025 and onwards. The National Curriculum of Islamiyat Compulsory 2022-23 has already been implemented at SSC level, while at HSSC Part 1 level, the decision will be taken shortly subject to the availability of valid and reliable books regarding material. This second paragraph says both SSC and HSSC levels examinations of all subjects mentioned above will continue to be students' learning outcomes (SLOs) based instead of textbooks based. It means the paper will not be made from textbooks, but the paper will be based on student learning outcomes instead of textbooks. Topics which are mentioned in textbooks can happen in the exam, but the same topics will not happen. The paper will completely based on student learning outcomes. Further says, accordingly, question paper will be based on the SLOs given in the curricula of each of these subjects instead of textbooks. All the curricula SLOs of these subjects will be uploaded shortly on FBISE website www.fbise.edu.pk for instructional assessment guidelines along with model question papers and other necessary allied material. Paragraph 3 says that a suggested list of books of different publishers is reference or reading material which is not prescriptive in nature is being given hereunder for each subject along with other details. The institutions are, however, free to rely on any other valid and reliable instructional reference material to fulfill the instructional requirements of SLOs of these subjects. Further, paragraph 3 says, institutions may further shape their instructional and assessment practices around the SLOs and teaching resources reference material of these subjects for preparing their students. It means institutions are free, they can teach the students from their own prepared material. These are just reference books. Students can be prepared from any source of material. And teacher is the only personality, only one person who can guide the students to prepare according to SLO based examinations. I hope so. The notification is clear what the main points are described in all these 3 paragraphs. Here in this slide, these are the names of the publishers of textbooks or reference books. Here I have just mentioned 4 subjects: English compulsory, Urdu compulsory, Pakistan studies, Islamiyat, and in these subjects they have given the reference books in SSC Part 1 and HSSC Part 1. In English compulsory they have given in SSC Part 1 National Book Foundation Islamabad and Kanta Publisher Lahore. They have given these 2 books, and in HSSC Part 1 they have given the same publishers National Book Foundation Islamabad and Kanta Publisher Lahore. These are just reference books, and teacher can follow these books and he can prepare his lesson plan according to SLOs from his own sources as well. Institutions are free to rely on any other source, but the knowledge, the teaching material should be according to SLO based, which is given by Federal Board of Intermediate and Secondary Education, and these are just reference books which can be used in the class. Like in Urdu, they have given 3 reference books: National Book Foundation Islamabad and Kitabistan Paper Products Lahore and Kanta Publisher Lahore in SSC Part 1. In HSSC Part 1 they have given National Book Foundation Islamabad and Kitabistan Paper Products Lahore and Kanta Publisher Lahore. They have given both same publishers in SSC Part 1 and HSSC Part 1. Similarly, you have in Pakistan studied and Islamiyat in other subjects, they have given reference books. A teacher can use these books in the class. Now let's talk about National Curriculum of Pakistan as I have understood. One system of education for all in terms of curriculum, medium of instruction and a common platform of assessment so that all children have a fair and equal opportunity to receive high quality education. National Curriculum of Pakistan is a step in that direction. Here in this slide you can see National Curriculum of Pakistan 2022-23 English subject from grade 1 to 12. They have given curriculum of all subjects on website of Federal Board of Intermediate and Secondary Education Islamabad. You can download it, but I have downloaded here of English subject, and you can see all the topics which will be taught in the class according to SLO based. You can see English progression grade from class 9 to 12, and these are 4 domains. In these 4 domains teacher has to prepare his students. The English language curriculum 2022 outlines. These are number 1, oral communication skills. A teacher has to prepare students in oral communication skills. He must have good communication in English language. Secondly, we have reading and critical thinking. Third, we have the vocabulary part and grammar, and fourth one is writing skills. A teacher has to prepare students in these 4 domains. He has to give skills to his students in these 4 areas. Further says these competencies are the areas of language learning. Competencies are further divided into focus areas. These are what teacher will focus on in each competency. In this slide you can see mission, goals, objectives and outcomes. At broader level, sometimes we have a certain mission, and mission is divided into goals, and goals are divided into objectives, and objectives are divided into outcomes. First of all, we have mission. The primary purpose or purposes of your efforts. What is your mission? What you want to achieve? And then we divide our mission into goals. The big picture aims of efforts and your intentions for students after learning and experience. And then goals are divided into objectives. What educators will do to pursue the goals, what opportunities or experiences will educators provide. And then we have outcomes. Outcomes means what students learned, the knowledge, skills and abilities that students should be able to demonstrate, the ways in which students produce evidence that the goals are being met. Now let's talk about SLO-based teaching. What is actually SLO-based teaching? In this teaching methodology, teacher can rely on any source. He needs to teach from any source what he thinks according to SLO-based topics. Teacher is not bound in any specific textbook. He can teach from any source, from internet, from other textbooks, from other material, but he has to prepare the students. He has to give the skills to the students according to given topics. Let's talk about SLO-based teaching, student learning outcomes. What is it? Students' learning outcomes are measurable statements that describe what students should know, what student should understand and be able to do by the end of a lesson, unit or course. It means we have to give skills. SLOs can be of a lesson, SLOs can be of a unit, SLOs can be of a course. Let's talk about SLO-based teaching. To get rid from old, outdated assessment and examination system. It means we just go away from traditional teaching, traditional and outdated assessment examination system. Number 2, avoid cramming and enhance skills through competencies. In traditional teaching, students just remember the things in his mind and he writes the same whatever he remembered. He crammed. Cramming, we need to avoid from cramming, and we have to give skills to the students through competencies, as he can write the things all by himself. Number 3, teaching and learning conceptually. Here, teacher needs to teach the students conceptually. He needs to clear the concept of the students, and the students will write, will produce, will come up with his own things. And number 4, teacher is free. It is free teaching. Teachers are free to teach from any source, not from a specific book. He can rely on any material, any website, any internet material, but he has to teach according to given topics, SLO based topics, which is given by National Curriculum of Pakistan. So teaching is free, and we are not bound in any specific textbooks. Textbooks are reference books. These are just reference books. A teacher is free to teach from any source. In this slide, as you see that not bound in textbook, free teaching. As I explained, teacher is not bound in any specific book. He can teach the students from any material, from any source. Number 6, not cover the whole textbook from page 1 to 99. Okay, this is very main and specific point. Teacher thinks that a teacher thinks that I have to teach from page 1 to 99. I have to cover all the material which is mentioned in the textbook. No, my dear, you have to teach the specific topic which is mentioned in SLO based examination, which is mentioned in the National Curriculum of Pakistan given by Federal Board of Intermediate and Secondary Education. So no need to cover whole book from page 1 to 99, but you have to give the skills to the students. No need to cover the whole textbook from page 1 to 99, but you have to teach all the topics given specifically for the specific class. And you have to give the skills to the students and enhance the competencies of the students. 7th number, just cover the specific topics. The topics which are given specifically in class 9th, the teachers will cover the topic according to National Curriculum of Pakistan. Topics are given, and you need to cover the topic. No need to teach the whole book. Number 8, follow outlines, topics given by National Curriculum of Pakistan. Yes, you have to follow the outlines. You have to follow the topics given by National Curriculum of Pakistan. In this my video lecture, as I described the progression grid of English, there were 4 domains. We will need to prepare the students in these 4 domains. Number 9th, it says that come out from traditional teaching syllabus. It means teachers are not bound in a specific book, and he can teach from any source. And books which are given by Federal Board of Intermediate and Secondary Education, these are just reference material. You can teach from any source, but you have to prepare the students according to given topics. Here number 10 says that we cannot minimize prescribed reference books. We cannot deny the reference books, because in reference books all the topics are given. We have to teach all the topics from reference books as well. You can use any other source, but you have to teach the students, prepare the students according to SLO based examination. You have to give the skills to the students according to topics given by National Curriculum of Pakistan. And it means we cannot minimize the worth of reference books. We have to use material in the class, and reference book given by Federal Board of Intermediate and Secondary Education are the best books to use in the class. 11 point says you are free to use any textbook to cover the topics. As I described, you can teach from any source. Number 12 says, after teaching any topic or content, what students can do by themselves, not only remember. Means in students, they just not only remember, but student has to do something. What student can do, and we have to give the skills to the students of doing something, to come out, to bring some material, to prepare something, just not only remember. According to Bloom's taxonomy, this is the lower level skills to remember the things. We have to give high skills to the students to prepare, to make something according to our teachings, which we have taught the topics to the students, which we have taught the content to the students. Student must use and utilize the topics or content which are taught by his class teacher. The bottom line is that developing competencies in students through skills. In this slide, as you see here, the English Language Curriculum 2022 outlines the following competencies of language learning. Especially for English teachers, you have to prepare your students in these 4 domains. Oral communication skills, you have to give oral communication skills, speaking and listening skills, and reading and critical thinking skills. You have to give vocabulary and grammar skills and writing skills. These competencies are the areas of language learning in English subject. Here in this slide, you see an article written by Shahzad Power and Daily Parliament Times newspaper. It says that student learning objectives or outcomes based learning is an initiative taken by Federal Board of Intermediate and Secondary Education to enhance students' learning level. It gives students choice to learn things from more than one textbook, which not only double their knowledge but will aware the students about the topic in a broader way. Previously, students were only bound to refer one book only, but now they have choice to go through more than a book to gain more knowledge. This new roadway by Federal Board of Intermediate and Secondary Education will become quite fruitful in future and will have positive impacts on students if practiced well. Moreover, it focuses on knowledge, understanding and application-based learning of students where they can utilize their skills in a more better way. Question papers, according to Federal Board of Intermediate and Secondary Education, will also be designed keeping in view all these 3 levels of learning. SLO-based learning is carefully planned goals for what students will learn over a given period. Successful implementation of SLOs depend on policy decisions from the boardroom to classroom. If it is implemented in better way, we will then have positive outcome. But if it is not practiced well, then not only students but teacher and management will also suffer. This SLO-based learning will now focus on conceptual-based learning, which will enhance students' understanding-based learning. Let it be run smoothly for the better learning of students, because now it is in practice in all affiliated institutions of Federal Board of Intermediate Secondary Education. Hope it will bear sweet fruit which can lift the education of Pakistan. Written by Shahzad Power. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope so you must have understood the SLO based teaching or examination. Thank you so much.